What's going down, everyone? It's time for the Mojobreak.com hype episode 333, which is great because we've got more than 3 new releases today to talk about with you guys. You guys are probably listening to this on Thursday, but big week in the hobby. It's time to get your Don West on. We've got Flawless Basketball. We've got Obsidian Football. We've got Transcendent Baseball. Lots of stuff going on. There's also Big League and some other stuff I'm forgetting about, but we're going to get into talking about that. We've got some quarterback call-ups. We've got opening day highlights, and we've got some stuff from Don West. Don West is going to speak, guys. Are you guys excited to hear the great Don West?
You buy this for $39.99, guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby. You're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99. That's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move. I act quick. I act now.
So basically, that
dude.
is amazing. I feel that we, as salespeople, need to channel that more often. We should be doing that in our live feeds.
Yeah, I mean, bringing that energy. I mean, I want to go back. I wish I could buy that deal right now.
Jake should be in there in Fanatics Live telling people, like, you got to take that W.
Yeah.
You got to go into that club. And you gotta have that arm candy on you walking in there. And you want to know why they got you? It's because you took advantage of the Fanatics Live deals that are going live right now. Got some Transcendent, some Tribute, some Flawless.
Sprinkle in an occasional Fleer just because it feels good.
I mean, and honestly, Don West probably thought that it's probably worked for him. He's probably walked into a club, walked into a bar, and he's like, do you know who I am? Don West.
Hey, pretty lady, I got a full set of 86 tops with your name on it.
So I wanted us all to try to channel our Don West here
we just
for
did.
satire.
We just did.
For satire purposes. I'll go first. I wrote something out, so I mean, I don't expect. I don't know what you guys will think on this one, but I'm going to pretend like I'm Don West. I'm selling you guys something. So here we go. And I'll do my best. Folks, we got Space Jam 2, and let me tell you that this is a product that will cause FOMO with all your friends. We got Bugs, Tweety, Yosemite Sam. Normally $300 today, $40. Oh, wow, good Lord. Oh, did I mention there's a 1 in 500,000 chance at a LeBron auto? I'll take those odds. Better than the state lottery. Let me break this down, guys. Let me break this down. There's 2 sides of life, 2 points of views in society. There's those who own a box of Space Jam 2 and those who missed out on this deal, and those people are losers. It's $39.99 to be cool. Let me ask you all something. Are you a winner or are you a loser? I got 1,000 boxes available of the world's best product. I would buy 100 boxes if I was you and gift it to 99 friends and keep one so that they are not losers. Be part of the winning team. Mike Rubin's White Party has nothing on your newfound Space Jam 2 party with 99 friends. If Jay-Z doesn't have a box of this, he's a loser. If DiCaprio doesn't have one of these boxes, he's a loser. Your quality of life will change by having one of these boxes. You will have a strut in your step. You will go to Whole Foods and people look at you and the strut and wonder, how is this guy so cool? Ask those people, did they buy Space Jam 2? That is the key to success in this life. No matter how attractive or unattractive you are, just by owning one of these boxes, well, you will be the most attractive person at any place you go. Let me break it down for you. Go to a place and George Clooney and Brad Pitt is there. All the ladies will flock to you to find out more. You will be the most popular guy, more than the Dos Equis guy. You will be the most interesting man in the world.
Wow.
Well, okay. Well,
how do any of us? How do any of us follow that up?
I think that we're gonna have to combine all of our like free form improv skill set.
I don't know if I peaked the audio for that one.
100%. I don't even have headphones on, but I could see the blood trickling out of Cody's ear. So
So Space Jam 2, how many do you want?
Space Jam, man. Well, now I think I want a lot more than I think I want at least 5.
Yeah. You
At
gotta make your
least
friends
one, at least one box for me.
Yeah.
See, I go back and I think of so Don West, obviously iconic, right? Iconic Home Shopping Network. I think QVC at one point, and then the one that you were previewing, I think was later on. I think it was his own like YouTube platform that he was doing. But I don't think anybody quite had the sales chops and delivery that he did. It was very like pro wrestling.
Which he went into later.
Which he went into, which made perfect sense because if you look at those like old 80s like pro wrestling interviews, like he had it was like that type of intensity when he would sell stuff. And I think what actually put him over the top and put him back into the mainstream was truly that SNL skit with Chris Kattan,
Will Ferrell, Don West,
and I think that actually like even brought it because that was probably what like late 90s, early 2000s.
That was a great era of SNL where the last sketch of the night would be the weirdest thing that's ever been put on to national television, and they could just be like, I guarantee you Will Ferrell or one of them was like, I was watching the Home Shopping Network and there was this insane man on my TV and we have to perform him, and it took it off to another level.
And
it was amazing.
dude, he wouldn't have been on there if he wasn't selling units.
Right.
No, exactly.
Like that enthusiasm was selling units, dude. That dude was selling. Now, I don't know if we can do a skip, but I think we can talk about who is the Don West of the modern sports card world.
Don't know if
It's got to be Golden, even though he doesn't have the same enthusiasm.
Yeah,
But he also has ties to Don West.
I mean, could it be? Honestly, like no one's going to be exactly Don West, right?
Yeah.
But can you say like I know they don't sell anything, but maybe Colin and Ryan, Sports Card Radio, with like the approach that they have with kind of it's not, again, not selling anything, and they're definitely not selling anything, but they have that like intensity approach that kind of Don West.
What about another breaker out there?
Yeah. I'll throw the Blez brothers out there. S. Blez with the whole, this design of Prism basketball is the greatest thing I have ever seen. That's very Don West.
Fair enough. Honestly, like, would people like saying that? Would that be insulting to the Blez guys? Being compared?
I don't want this to come off as an insult at all. I want this to be. I'm
not saying it's I'm not saying it's an insult. Would they? Because if I was compared, I'd be like, it's the greatest compliment I've ever had in my life. But is there people in this industry, and I just to single out like Blez because you compared him to like Don West to Blez, would he look at that as that's a diss on me? Like, I don't want to be compared to this.
I would like it. I would start to think I'd throw my hat.
But I also think that
I don't do it enough to be.
I also think that we grew up with it, so it's very nostalgic for us. A lot of the people who are in the industry are not necessarily in our age demographic, so they probably look at that and go, "Well, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen."
I think it's hard to pinpoint one specific person or operation that it's like him because. It speaks to his influence, whether you know it or not, that I feel like everybody is kind of trying to copy that style today in this industry. Every breaker, every breaking operation is trying to copy that.
Or just organic. I think like this is, I'm in the sports card industry. This is how I'm going to be.
I think that there's people who started out who were the influence by Don West, loved watching it, thought, man, that guy's so funny. Also, it's great. He's a great salesman, who then they are now influencing another generation. So it's just sort of like
the trickle
through osmosis. We've all been inspired by Don West.
I would even throw maybe Backyard in the ring in a way.
Absolutely.
I mean, as far as how, a lot of when you start getting convoluted in breaks, when you're like, I'm doing this and I got a serial filler and then the top prize is going to get a Jordan Auto, you're actually like, you're getting to the point where you've thrown so many smoke and mirrors out at everybody that the people are going to buy, but they're confused. They don't know the actual what they're buying. And I think there's a little bit of that with I'm not saying it's like fake, but I'm not saying they're trying to be illegitimate. But like, you just start like Don West. It's like starts at 200. He throws in so many boxes to the point where like I don't even know the true value, but it seems like it's so much that I can't pass.
It does. But how many of those deals that Don West was selling? Actually, if you purchase, you were able to turn a profit on.
Probably, I don't know.
Zero, right? Zero, right? And what is the mark of the greatest salesman ever? To be able to sell shit.
Who's your greatest salesman?
that
C-Rad, of all time.
It's the greatest
It
salesman.
doesn't have to be in the hobby.
Damn, dude, it's got to be somebody from those infomercials growing up, just like him.
Mays.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody, yeah.
Billy Mays here. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a good one.
there's. I mean, obviously those people were great at their jobs on
Well,
those,
you're a
on those-
Gary Vee guy, right? Would you
Yeah.
throw him in that category?
Yeah, I would say so, but I look at Gary Vee more for influence more than like he's trying to sell me on something. You know
Well,
what I
what
mean?
Gary Vee, I think, did, and you may have to mark this on the thing, is that he would do a video, and you're like, oh, this guy's very excited. And then he'd be like, if you don't like them, f*** them. You know, like, and it would just come like that, right? Because then you're like watching it, you're like, oof, you're like you were caught off guard because the guy's selling something.
Yeah.
But then he would throw the F-bomb in there. And
Yeah.
I gave you a little bit of a
Thank
hint
you.
on that one. And because, you know, and then it's like, oh, he take the approach of like being a super salesman, but then also trying to be real
Mixing
as well.
it with being
Yeah.
like a shock jock, sort of like I'm being real. I'm not no frills. We're cutting straight to the chase.
Right.
Yeah. The other guy who in the Billy Mays vein, ShamWow guy,
Slap chop guy.
Slap chop,
yeah.
same guy, same
We're
guy.
gonna love your nuts.
You're gonna love my nuts.
I mean, being sort of like bordering between crass
ShamWow.
and you remember that he's like, you get the ShamWow, you get the look it, you can clean up your mess. You talk like that, and then it became
The-
such a sensation. Like,
the
who is
slap
this guy?
the slap chop was like, I was like, this dude is.
It's the same guy, right?
Yeah, it's after ShamWow became a sensation. Which, first of all, got a ShamWow because of it. We got ShamWow because that guy was funny. It was very like no frills, cut to the chase. You got to clean a mess. You don't want to use paper towels.
Yes,
There he is. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. Like so.
I
so
already
like,
want-
and
I
also
already
like
wanna buy that.
New Yorker. Like, hey, come on,
I was just
trust
gonna
me.
say
Forget about it.
That it feels like it's an East Coast
Absolutely
persona.
is.
because we're too laid back to
We're
be like
too
that.
laid back.
Yeah.
My favorite salesman is a character. It's not an actual salesman, but Harlan Williams' character in There's Something About Mary.
Me, I'm a
the 7-minute abs.
Yes,
But you know,
classic.
I you know, a lot of these things, like I went door to door as a job, and when I was 18, and there was a lot of like sales training before we would do it, and a lot of things that that I see these people using. There was like a thing called the C factor, which is SEE, and the S means smile, the E means eye contact, and the other E means excitement. And so all of this is kind of, you're seeing them look at you. I know it's not person to person. Excitement, eye contact, smiling, happy, because that's what's going to translate into somebody like, I like this person, I'm interested in what they're selling, right? So I think a lot of those tactics that I learned are a lot of what these infomercial guys use. And
Yeah.
of course, they talk really fast.
Well, honestly, watch 30 seconds of that slap chop. It's stupid, right? But you look at it and you instantly go, I can use that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could use that.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to buy it, you would basically get it, take it out of the package, put it in a cupboard somewhere, and probably never
Use
use
it once. Use it once.
never even use it.
The thing they don't and go back to the ShamWow. We bought one, and for about 6 months, this is the greatest invention of all time. And then after 6 months, you're like, and you're like, yeah, you just put it in the washing machine. But they don't tell you that like the microfibers are so powerful that like it's getting a little stained. It's got hairs caught in there.
What does the ShamWow do?
It's basically you'll never have to buy a paper towel again. That was their big thing.
It's a reusable paper
It's
towel.
a reusable. It's essentially a
It'll
fancier
pick up any
microfiber
and
cloth.
everything.
You
Right.
spill your glass of wine, it's picked up.
Right. And the whole thing was like, you don't even have to wash it. All you got to do is rinse it in there and squeeze it out, and you're good. You can use it again. But they don't tell you that, of course, that's kind of disgusting. After about 6 months.
This is not even hobby related. What are some of the other infomercials that they've had over the years? I mean, I know the
pillow guy.
the George Foreman,
pillow.
the George Foreman grill.
Pillow.
I always wanted
George Foreman grill was
Bad one.
Oh, the guy.
there was the Roscoe's food dehydrator that you could make like beef jerky and stuff like that way back in the day.
The guy who's big now is the guy with the tape, like the crazy adhesive tape.
Yeah,
That stuff
that
actually
you could fix a boat with.
I will say this. That stuff works. That stuff actually does
But
work. That stuff's pretty incredible.
But does it fill up a hole in a
That I
boat?
don't. Well, look,
Or
I've
if
never tried it on a
If you
boat.
want to, do you have the ball? Take that in the Pacific Ocean.
No.
And basically slap. You have a gaping hole in the boat. Slap some
Do
tape
the
on it,
slap like he does.
and then just basically be like, "That's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out into the ocean. I feel pretty
Time to
good."
go to the
guys-
Hawaiian Islands.
You guys get the connection between slam wow, slap chop, the sham wow, the tape guy, and sports cards. You understand what the connection is, right? Does anybody have an answer to that?
I don't know. The excitement.
It's stuff that you don't necessarily need. So you have to have somebody selling you it. Because if it was like something that you use on a daily, you're not having Billy Mays pitch it. You're gonna go get it. You need it.
You're not having
You
Billy
don't
Mays
have
for
like
Chevron.
an iPhone. They don't have Billy Mays pitching an iPhone. Like they just put the fancy commercials out because they know people are gonna buy it anyway. But if like for a ShamWow, you need to be kind of pitched on it.
Didn't they have like
to sell it? To
Didn't
get
they
it.
have like nighttime glasses that would like make
Oh,
everything?
I remember those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you'd be
the nighttime
the
sunglasses.
nighttime sunglasses that would like
light would make everything brighter.
light everything up.
But it just is like so it's night vision is what you're selling. You're selling me the idea of night vision, something that's existed for a while.
trying to think of what else like.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right, Doug. I mean, it is something that you don't need. You don't see infomercials on everyday items that basically sell themselves.
No.
Yeah, you don't see like you need to get a whole 24 pack of Diet Coke because this is gonna. You don't see that. It's just like you're gonna go get it because you want it.
Right.
You don't need a Diet Coke, but you know what I'm saying. Speaking of Don West, we have a code for all these new releases, which we're going to get into that right now, the new release talk. Use code Don West all together, and it'll save you 10% off on Mojobreak.com, where you can get it on Obsidian, you can get it on Flawless, you can get it on Tribute, and many, many more. So use that code up, save yourself 10%. Chase those big hits as I'm getting my own Don West on right now. We've got Flawless, and we talked about it last week, and we've now confirmed that there is no Chet logo man in Flawless.
Or RPAs.
Or RPAs, but the price is going up. So do you think collectors just don't care about this? And this is a question for C-Rad. What were your initial reaction when you heard about it?
Obviously, I understood because he didn't play his rookie season, so it's hard to get a game use anything on him if he didn't play last year, right? Which is the big draw of Flawless is that by the end of the year, by the end of the season, or maybe a lot of times the last few years after the season, Flawless comes out, they had time to acquire these rookie jerseys that they actually played in, and that's why it's the draw of Flawless. Not only just obviously the vet stuff, but all rookie stuff is actually game used in Flawless because they were able to acquire it. So obviously, knowing that it obviously sucks to have a big name like Chet, obviously probably the biggest rookie name, especially with the rivalry with Wemby right now. But then I did a deep dive on the checklist because I had to put up a player break, and there's a lot of surprising things in the product this year, which I kind of understand why maybe people are starting to realize like, oh, this is like a actually pretty great year of Flawless. And the Thunder spot specifically, I was kind of mentioning to you, like not only do they have Chet Holmgren autographs, right? Chet Holmgren autographs, but Jalen Williams is low key. Like a lot of people think that he's even the better player than Chet on the Thunder team as of the way they're constructed right now. But he just doesn't shine as much because of the national media attention on Chet versus Wemby. And then obviously Shai Gilgeous is the number one guy. He might be one of the best point guards in the NBA right now. So like Jalen Williams get a little bit overshadowed.
Does SGA have some autos in it too?
SGA has autos, logo mans, and patch autos.
Wow.
So that Thunder spot is huge because you got SGA logo man, you have the Jalen Williams rookie patch autos and logo mans. And if you look at the Jalen Williams RPAs on NT, I was showing Doug the true 99 still sell for around 4K, which is like still below Chet of what the true RPAs of Chet go for. But that's not chump change. That's more than 70% of the other rookies in that draft class.
That's easily top 5, maybe top 3.
So you're talking about 2 top tier rookies that you're going after for the Thunder, and you got literally probably the best point guard after Steph in Shai Gilgeous. So, and then not only that, first autograph, I mentioned in the chat, first autograph of Paul George since 2003.
Yep.
2013, I sorry, Flawless. For Flawless, I mean, he's been in other products, but for Flawless, first time Paul George. First time Rasheed Wallace has been in Flawless, and he has Logo Mans in there as well. James Harden still sells for, we always talk about how James Harden's got to probably over the hill, but his patch auto still sell for over 1,000 easily.
Yeah, and I mean, that case we did this morning, I mean, I sat in and Greg was let me rip a box, but we pulled a Paul George, we pulled a James Harden auto, we pulled a Chet auto, we pulled a Luka auto.
Crazy. It's
Allen
crazy,
Iverson
dude.
in there, too.
Allen Iverson, yeah.
You know what it is? Like, this is the culmination of, like, we've seen it. Like, Panini, this is like, we're getting towards the end of their run with the licenses, right? Specifically, I noticed that they are like loading up a lot of these basketball products with better vet names, and we saw it with the Flawless this morning. There were so many good veterans in just a regular box, the mini before you get inside the briefcase. That's like most of the times you're getting like a bunch of low tier vets, and then you'll maybe get like one big name vet.
A lot of Fat Lever.
Yes, exactly. But I will tell you, by going through the checklist myself, there is more good names than there is guys that people don't want this year. So
yeah. I mean, to add a couple of things to it, I'm just curious, do you think that there's going to be Chet RPAs and Logo Man in next year's Flawless?
Yes, because
okay.
And that's the other thing. That's okay. All right. Thanks for reminding me. That's the other thing. We got 1920 Flawless Giannis back in the product. He finally returned his cards from Flawless. That's another big reason Flawless is up this year. Giannis Antetokounmpo is huge. When do you get him in high-end products for autographs and patch autos and Logo Mans, right? I think R.J. Barrett also returned his stuff. I think Scotty Barnes returned his stuff from 21-20 because he I guess maybe didn't have jerseys to use of him either for his rookie year.
Right.
So to answer your question, yes, 100% Chet Holmgren.
Scotty Barnes rookie patch autos?
Yes, and Logo Mans. And Logo Mans.
Jeez.
So you're talking like I'm telling you guys, this Flawless is crazy.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like, we look at the price tag and we're like, man, like, without Chet RPAs, like, how is this still at like 21,000? It's because, one, the checklist is stacked, like what Conrad's talking about. Two, there's more demand than there is supply.
Yes.
There's more people who
and they
want.
Don't make that much.
There's more. Yeah, they don't make that much. There's more people who want to rip this. There's more people who want to get in breaks. There's more people who want to, like, honestly, probably prospect this, like, set and like store it away if they possibly can. Like, that is why this product is not going to go down. It isn't. I know everybody wants to point to the fact that there's no Chet RPAs, there's no Chet Logo Man. Product is dead. It's worthless. Well,
that chatter died down quickly, so I haven't heard much of that chatter this week.
The other thing that they added, and this doesn't pertain to the regular release of Flawless, but first off the line had those Bill Russell game used patches.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
That
only in first
off the line.
Only in FLTL.
It was they were like they were only
somebody at Panini
They
needs
were
a
all
raise.
101s.
Yeah.
They were all 101s, and they had like they had the 6 on the jersey, like it was.
Yeah, they had this. Oh, they had the. Oh, that,
Yeah, the 6. The 6.
Yeah,
Right.
bro, it's
the
tight.
tribute to
Jeez.
That's the best
So the
FLTL.
101,
That's
yeah.
the best
That's
FLTL
really-
And that was
exclusive they've ever
only
had.
FOTL, but the thing I didn't know that.
No, I didn't either.
The marketing is bad, man.
So I didn't know that. Honestly, if I knew about that, we would have had a bunch of first off the line. I would have been like, these cards are they're new and they're worth getting getting the first off the
it's
line.
easily the best FLTL exclusive they've ever done. Ever done.
100%.
I mean, so we could sit here, we're praising Panini right now with like an amazing release, right? An amazing checklist. But damn, that marketing on that. They could have probably sold FOTL for more than it actually sold for. I know it sold for an insane amount, but it didn't sell for what it's going for on the market right now anyway, just the regular?
I think so. Close to it.
Like
It's
24,000.
24,000.
Well, and right now it's like 21,000.
Yeah.
So I think if they would have really marketed it and marketed those cards, I think it actually would have went for more. I think they left money on the table.
When's your triple case?
Saturday night. Pick your player.
Folks, Saturday night we got a banger triple case. Pick your play. No, I'm kidding. But I'm not kidding on the break. But
Get into Conrad's break. Don't be a loser.
don't be a loser.
Don't be a loser.
That was the best part of the video that didn't get played is when he goes like very solemnly, if you don't buy this, you're going to wake up tomorrow. Look at yourself in the mirror. And you know what you're gonna see? A loser.
So take that energy, get in. You can get players for under $100 in 3 cases. That is 6 boxes. There is over 60 cards in that break. So go into Mojobreak.com. Use that code too. The Don West code. Save yourself some money. Looks like Yamamoto's going to have some rookies in tribute. Just SP rookies. So that's some good news. I believe J.H. Lee is in there as well.
Jung-Hoo Lee and Yoshinobu Yamamoto will both have. I think the average is about 1 out of every 13 cases, and yet I was talking to Bubba. He went back-to-back cases, got 2 Yamamotos, and in another case got a Jung-Hoo Lee. So
wow,
pretty good stuff over on the
Maybe
Fanatics
the
Live
odds
side.
aren't like what they
Was that
posted.
tribute?
Yeah, just base rookies.
The rookies.
I
of the
remember
new
getting
Japanese
I
guys?
remember getting a rookie every box.
One
Like
rookie every box. Yeah.
One box you would get a rookie.
But I think there's 2 or 3 guys that are they're under the
SP.
SP,
They're SP
category.
rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would. I think it's just them. Maybe Imanaga as well. I'm not sure. For
Does
the Cubs.
Shohei have Dodger stuff yet?
Yes, it's his first base Dodgers, first base Juan Soto Yankee card. So really, the first product. If you want all the guys in their new
is there a
uniforms.
Shohei Pete Rose duel yet?
There it is. There it is.
Did you see the Pete Rose video?
I saw the Pete Rose video.
He said he wishes he had an interpreter in the 70s.
Yep. Go Dodgers.
The only correct way for him to do that video is for him to have an interpreter right next to him.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been. But I don't think old Petey is gonna come up with that.
Anyway,
on the
go
fly.
see Pete Rose at Westgate Casino in Vegas.
Tuscany.
Sure. Yeah.
The Orleans, maybe.
Yeah.
Wearing the
maybe.
same hat, the white Reds hat.
He's probably at the El Cortez. Actually, that's probably he probably has a
good spot.
He probably has a suite there.
That's a great spot. He's just you see old Pete Rose just sitting at the El Cortez,
Betting on the ponies.
just sitting at the bar over there.
Yep.
So also we have some releases that we didn't really talk about. Elite Extra and Big League are both out as well. What is the best bargain box between the two of them?
Elite Extra.
Elite.
Yeah.
10 hits still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same configuration.
Yeah. I don't care that there's no, licensing.
You don't
that
care.
many
You don't
autos.
care that there's anybody in there you've ever heard of.
That-
You just like the fact there's 10 hits.
That many autos for that low a price. Can't beat it. And Paul Skeens is in there. Dylan Cruz is in there. There's a chance at the biggest guys.
But you can't get Striker or Tri-City Pulls out of it, though.
No, you can't, unfortunately. And you can't get a follow back from, let's go look at the follow back list. Oscar Colas, Alec
Baller.
Manoa,
Ooh,
Daryl Strawberry. It's kind of cool.
the straw man.
Jordan
ways
Westberg,
than
that
one.
do anything? Follow back?
And
The best follow back's probably Jordan Alvarez. So that's
Sweet.
Anyway,
Obsidian,
No mic drop.
white versus black color blast.
White all day.
we always do this debate. I like the black. I get the white is the more coveted one, but I like the black.
Well, I've been bidding on cards. We got a new buyback coming out soon, and man, it
most
could be
most overrated SP in all.
the hobby does. That's a overrated statement by you because the hobby does not dictate that. Because I was watching cards. I'm able to buy a. I'll put it in this because I've been going through eBay a lot lately, and I could buy a Donovan Mitchell auto rookie for like $70-$80. Maybe not from a big set, but maybe from like Crown Royale, right? But a third-year Donovan Mitchell Color Blast is like $1,200. Does that make any sense to you?
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
100% makes sense.
There's nothing more overrated in this industry.
When you
Color Blast.
when you can only get one in every 10 cases,
give me a
the
down,
rarity,
give me a downtown.
the
Give me a
rarity,
downtown all
the
day.
rarity starts to make sense.
Now they're not as rare in Obsidian.
No,
There's-
that's why the black color brass are not as cool.
They do look cool. I will give you that.
They look cool.
Yeah, if we're just going aesthetics.
I'm talking about rarity.
Right, rarity. That's not even
Actually,
an argument.
rarity and aesthetics, I do prefer.
Rarity
the
is
white
not an argument. Aesthetically, I like the black color blast more. I like the color blast contrasting against the all black. I think it looks cool.
one. I like the all white.
But yeah,
And then we got
Decent.
some 2023 Transcendence obviously coming down the pipeline. Fanatics Live only product, so check us out on there if we have any left. I think the question is it the best cut auto checklist of all time?
It's got to be up there, man.
it's really good.
It's got to be up there.
It's really, really good.
I again, I want the Tupac. I think I wanted the Tupac last year as well, but
No Jimi Hendrix.
Well, they could just fly to Cuba and
oh
just get
yeah,
more,
that's
right?
probably the one big omission.
And if you've seen, I was talking about it with the shipping department. If you've seen Jimi Hendrix's auto, it is probably the coolest looking auto.
And it's a very, like, I feel like for Rockstar autographs, and it's part of that is because he was so merchandised in the last 20 years or so, but definitely one of the more recognizable autographs.
Sure.
You know?
And I mean, very expensive. I mean, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, all very expensive to obtain.
Yeah.
That's part of it too.
How much does Jimmy usually go for?
I checked a long time ago, and it's 5 figures.
Wow.
Sheesh.
So for Transcendent, you're looking at
for like a bold, good-looking autograph that's certified.
and it's reformatted. Remember, they didn't have it last year, so it's been a couple years of a layoff on Transcendent. They revamped it. In a hobby box, there's 200 boxes made total, so that's going to be gone in a few days. You got the Transcendent Icon Chrome packs. There's 10 now, and I watched a few of them. They're pretty loaded. You get 4 cards. They are Chrome cards with the Transcendent logo on it.
You get 10 packs.
10 packs.
In a box.
Yes.
Wow.
You get 1 Transcendent Icon Superfractor, so you're guaranteed a 1-1 Superfractor. You get 20 gold framed autographs this year, so they cut that down. So there's more variety. You're not getting the same ones in every case. Autograph patch cards, there's 10of those now.
Is there a variety in the names that you get as well?
Yes.
They're not always in the same order every single box?
Yes, it's all different.
That's great.
So-
I mean, it is. I say that. I mean, they did a phenomenal job of like switching it up because it definitely did. It needed a little refresh.
It grew stale. We talk about it. It grew stale about like 3 years ago, bro. 4 years ago.
So they did revamp it, and 1959 top Superfractor autograph. So you're getting 2 Superfractors basically in the case. Through the Years autograph, which is also another 101. 1 cut signature, and most of the cuts are regular size.
Cool.
They're mostly, except for the big quads,
Yeah.
duels, and stuff like that. So I've seen them. They're just regular cutouts.
Because they realize, they realize that all that real estate is not needed for some.
Yeah,
of
and
these
it's not
guys.
as collectible for I think most collectors, right?
Yes.
And then the VIP invitation now is broken down. If I understand it correctly, there is
Tiers.
191 regulars and 9 like super VIPs.
Oh, so there's also a little mystery if you're going to get the super VIP.
But I do
invitation.
think that it does show. I think somebody might have pulled one today, and I can't confirm or deny that it does look different on the envelope. The other one's just black, and then it's like those ones are gold.
So you know right away.
Right.
So like when you buy into the pick your item breaks, you're kind of like you're almost hoping for that gold.
Right. So there's a level.
It's like a
of
golden
that.
ticket.
Yeah. Yep. And this will be technically, even though they have ran some, but tops through those ones still. This is probably the first Fanatics.
Hey, you know how Fanatics throw parties?
That's right. We're all white.
Actually, I don't. I don't know. I don't.
We'll
I
find
don't-
out.
Or at least we know how the big wig throws a
Yeah,
party.
yeah,
Yeah,
we know
well,
that,
there's
but
that.
we didn't get it. Our invite must have got lost.
I just found a recently sold Jimi Hendrix signed autographed magazine, graded BGS 10 slabbed. Any guesses on that price?
$20K.
You're close, actually. Very close.
18.
See right?
17.5.
17,800.
Now
I finally won.
look at that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Look at that
say,
autograph.
see,
And tell
Actually,
me,
he was closer by 200. You were 250.
look at that autograph and tell me that autograph isn't badass. though.
It's a great auto.
So
It is a great auto.
getting back to the cut auto, we were talking about greatest cut auto. Now there's 200 cases made, so we basically doubled the production run. that
So
we've
it's
done in the
easy to
past.
say that low. Yeah.
Is it? Because you look through and why don't we can go down the list?
I'm looking.
There's some cut autos that you're just like, ouch,
know.
bro.
Please don't tell me there's Gary Carter in there.
Yeah, not on the main cut list, but he is on a
I
cut. Yeah, he is. He is.
yeah.
Some of these are a little.
Leonard Stargell,
Leonard
too.
Nimoy.
Oh, now don't be hating on
I
Spock.
I knew Cody was gonna be
Don't
like,
be hating on
dude,
Spock. That's a legend.
Nobody watches Star Trek, dude.
Nobody watches Star Wars.
Star Trek, dude.
I know, I did it on purpose.
Goodness gracious.
cares?
Don't be hating on Spock.
You hit him through the
And
heart
they have
twice.
recently. They have Philip Seymour Hoffman
Well,
recently passed
I mean,
away.
that's
R.I.P.
okay. That's okay. I mean,
ESH. R.I.P.
I just can't.
Ray Liotta.
Yeah, I don't.
I get it though, being like, okay, you know,
Go buy some Pop Century from a couple years
amazing.
ago. Get all the Ray
You know, hey,
Liotta you
Goodfellas,
want.
legendary.
true.
But
That's
yeah,
true.
having him in the same set as like Charles Dickens is a little strange. Sure.
Old Chuck.
Yeah.
Kobe's in there.
I think-
Antonin Scalia,
I-
former Supreme Court Justice.
I will
you know,
somewhat
like-
agree with Dan that
There-
with a
there's
product
some-
this expensive, it's there's some names that probably
There's some
shouldn't been
names
on
where
there.
I'm like, and maybe because they unfortunately passed like not that long ago, but like
Right.
I don't know. Like I open up a box in my main cut, and again, I'm just using it as an example. I'm not trying to harp on the great Leonard Nimoy.
Don't be hating on. There's
but
so
I'm
many
like,
others.
I'm
that
gonna
are-
look at that and go, ouch, bro.
Oh, come on. That is not an that's not an ouch because of the Star Trek secondary market.
What else
That
did
is
he
why it's
do?
not a cut.
Is there a
Doesn't
market for
matter.
Star Trek?
Of course there's a market
Oh,
for
damn,
Star
dude,
Trek.
We're gonna get flamed by the Star
No,
Trek.
Be
I-
ready.
no,
You thought the
Trekkians.
Star Cards episode was bad. Just wait till the
I
till
think
the
I'm
Trekkers come to
anticipating
get you.
0 people.
What about? I
responding.
mean,
I haven't watched a full Star Wars, and I definitely haven't watched a full Star Trek.
well, I have another one that I might get flamed over just because he has a lot of cards, and I'd rather just have a card of him as Kobe Bryant. Like a cut auto of Kobe Bryant when
It's going
he
to be
was a
one of the
Panini
biggest ones.
spokesperson and had autos in every product for 10 years. Like, would I rather have a white card of,
Well, would you
Kobe
rather have a
Bryant?
Kobe Bryant or a Ray Liotta?
Well, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay, or Leonard
It's
Nimoy.
Kobe is going to be one of the biggest ones. It
But
will
yeah, I
be one
mean,
of the-
John Lennon, James Gandolfini, Jimmy Fox.
James
John-
Gandolfini also, you go back in
He's said a lot
you
of
go into
stuff.
back to pop century stuff.
Yeah.
Like readily available.
Yeah.
Like that's also like I look at the cut autos and I'm like, I want scarcity.
Oh, Heath Ledger.
Has he been in stuff? God, that's got to be hard.
And I don't know how Helen Keller has a lot of autos, too. She's in here again.
Yeah. Helen Keller
can't see, right?
Yeah, no, or nor can she, nor could she hear.
It's here, right?
She couldn't do. Yeah, she couldn't see or hear.
Oh, okay.
And despite that, was able to write and anyway.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Go over some ones that if you were to dome a box and you were to basically slow roll the basically actually everybody on there. I want to hear. We already heard
Like
mine.
the
We already-
one where I'd be like,
where
womp,
you're-
womp.
yeah, you'd be like, oh, son of a bitch. Mine's Leonard Nimoy.
How dare you?
I am gonna stick to that. I'm gonna be like that. If I was to open up that unbelievable case of cards and to see my cut auto be Spock, I'd be like, man, I really hope I'm nailing it on those packs.
It's tough, like, because look,
Walter Cronkite, I think, for me. I know he was a face of the news for a
the
long
man
time.
who announced the death of John F. Kennedy to a mourning nation.
Would yours, if I didn't take Leonard Nimoy, would you take that one?
Probably.
How dare you go? Man, I'm gonna look up some Leonard
I'll
Nimoy
say
on
Ray
it right now.
Liotta. I'm not a huge fan of Ray Liotta.
Yeah, that. I mean, again, he.
Yeah, I hate to
Napoleon
say it.
has an auto in here, too.
Napoleon Bonaparte. The Napoleon.
I mean, I don't know.
Not even Dynamite.
Could I be
The
stoked? Could I be
Emperor of
stoked if I get
France.
that? Like, do I get canceled if I'm like, I'm so stoked I got a Napoleon?
It's cool. It's a piece of history.
It is. That one.
But would it? Okay, let's just say, would it be cool to pull a Hitler autograph?
No.
No. 100%.
But to
But
play
they're not
to
this-
play on what Cody just said, it's a piece of history.
Not well. There are certain things.
that is where the line. The line
That's
is.
about where
The
the-
line
yeah.
is drawn.
Napoleon probably killed a lot.
Okay, and I think we
Not
talked.
probably.
I think
he
we've
killed a lot of
actually
innocent
innocent
had.
people.
I think
Most
we've had this
definitely
conversation
did,
before
yeah.
on a podcast about transcendent autos, where we're like, where is the line drawn?
Napoleon is one of those where
Charles Manson.
no, God no.
Okay, hey, I'm not saying I would want it. I'm saying
Sure.
where is the line drawn?
William H. Gacy, right? Same thing.
Right.
Or William Gacy.
So
Well, yeah,
if
whatever his
you
name is, yeah.
if you've been involved in any type of like murder,
If you are if the mention of your name is like bad man immediately in your head, like there's just guys where I know that's so simplified, but there's just certain people in
probably some-
history where you hear the name and you go bad man.
there's
That's a
probably
bad
some,
man.
There's probably some ladies as well.
Sure,
not just
of course.
But there is horror.
I mean, there wasn't just
collector
Clyde. There was
industry
Bonnie and
pockets.
Clyde.
Yeah.
so, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there's also what Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr's in there, the man who shot and killed Alexander Hamilton.
I
Who's
think-
gone duel with him.
I think that is in bad taste.
Now, you could also say
are we-
the rules of dueling were different at that time, where it was like something where you had to do it. It wasn't like this like act of, oh, I'm going to kill this person in cold
Wait,
blood. It was like,
no.
I challenge you to a duel. All right,
Isn't-
that's what
I
we're
don't
doing.
know if that's how it happened.
Yeah, they challenged it. That was how
No, I thought he was murdered at like an opera.
No. Well, that's that. What you're thinking, Abe Lincoln?
Oh yeah, that guy too.
Yeah. No.
Did he challenge somebody to a duel?
No. He just shot Abe Lincoln.
You're telling me that.
No, Aaron Burr challenged Alexander. No, I want to say it might have been Hamilton challenged him. I can't remember. I literally watched Hamilton. I can't remember. But yeah, that's a duel. It's different. There's some honor. There's a little bit of honor to it, if you can call it that.
There's a little bit of murder there.
It wasn't just in cold blood.
Well, I like that term murder because it's going to segue us into the quarterbacks that rookie class over the last couple of years.
Oh my God.
And how collectors that are holding the bag on some of this stuff. Will collectors be more careful with rookie QB purchases after Justin Fields and Mac Jones? Is the 2021 draft class officially a bust?
What about the 22?
When
I know.
There wasn't as much hype behind 22, though. Not nearly as much hype.
There wasn't a lot of first round.
Take Brock Purdy out of 22.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
Brock Purdy wasn't supposed to be a chase anyway. Let's take him out of 22. The worst draft class that we've had for quarterbacks since 2013, and you can make an argument worse than 2013, and possibly the worst that we've seen since Mojobreak has existed.
But when you have one quarterback go to a Super Bowl, it doesn't even matter anymore. It vilifies that whole class.
And I think, too, you have to take into context the conversation.
Because you're trying to say that the 2018 class then is better than the 2022, but if you look at Super Bowls, none of those guys went to Super Bowl.
If you also, I think you have to take into context.
If I am going to buy a box, I'm going to buy a box of NT, and I have a choice between 22 or 2018. I'm picking 2018.
Well, yeah. I think that's fair,
and that speaks for itself.
But if we're comparing, let's stick with 21 and 22, because if we're talking about both of these, we went into 22 going, oh boy, this is gonna be rough. There's no QBs. We got Kenny Pickett and nothing else. We were trying to hype all these guys up. We're 21. We all were like, oh my God. We have Trevor Lawrence. We have Justin Fields.
So many quarterbacks.
We got everybody.
Wow,
it's
Mac Jones.
We're never lost. We're never gonna lose. This is amazing. And now.
I've never
Trevor
seen
Lawrence,
so many quarterbacks
does it
move their
does it
teams
change
this
if Trevor Lawrence wins a Super Bowl next year?
Of course it completely.
Then we're like, man, go get your 21 stuff. It becomes like 2017 all over again.
Yeah, I think it changes. I think also the place where Justin Fields goes here, where now I know Russell Wilson's going to start, but one, it all takes is an injury, and two, what if first half Russell Wilson shows up? And we have already heard Russell Wilson is essentially a bridge for Justin Fields.
And speaking of years and speaking of products, knowing what we know now, we just had Mahomes win another Super Bowl. Is 2017 product undervalued?
I think Mahomes in general is undervalued because he keeps winning Super Bowls and his prices aren't the same. They're going down.
They're not going up.
No.
And along with the product isn't spiking either. And there's every year there's less and less of 2017 because people do end up ripping it at some point.
Yep.
I know it's a lot of money, but you look at Tom Brady and imagine if you just had stored away 30, 40, 50, 60 boxes of Tom Brady rookie,
contenders.
2000? 2,000 contenders. You just stored those away. You'd be rich.
Yeah. Going the white way.
I actually think, and if you had money to do it, not a lot of people do, I think buying 2017 product and holding it and keeping it sealed is the best play you can make in the football category.
That's the new blue chip.
It's a new blue chip.
Exactly.
That's IBM right there.
But
that's compact. That's compact.
We can start comparing this class. I know there's a lot of hype behind it. Could end up being the 2021 class because you've got Caleb Williams, who's probably going to go to the Bears. You've got, Drake May. You've got Michael Penix. You've got three other guys, right?
I'm counting.
Got a little
J.J.
issue,
McCarthy.
Though.
I'm counting
there's
at
no
least, and depending
that,
on
that is one thing that 2017 product. Mahomes wasn't a redemption in a lot of the stuff. Definitely not a redemption in contenders.
Right.
Not a redemption in NT.
Yeah.
And a rookie photo shoot guy. So you know that he is basically in every single product. There's a huge uncertainty going into this rookie class. Contenders, I can't wait. I want to see what Panini is going to do with contenders this year, with not like this year, with the crop of rookies before the draft. What is contenders going to look like? It's an autograph based product. I know we talked about it before. What are we gonna do? What are you chasing? And
no autographs.
And there's no rookie cards in that set. Generally,
there's no type of insert or base that you're
chasing. There's like the rookie
Nothing
contenders
They're gonna have to
insert
create
that
something.
nobody cares about. How is that? Is that product going to be the biggest disappointment that
They're
we've
gonna do
had
the
in
no
the last
autograph.
decade?
The draft day Wembies are still selling for like $2,000.
But you're gonna do
I feel
no
like
autograph
he's
on
such
all those homies. You're gonna do no autograph on all of them.
And
Levis,
Wemby is such an exception. Like he is so it's like I don't think it's fair
CJ
to
Stroud
say like
no auto.
that would probably be the only one that would do half decent. Like everything else would probably be tough.
I think in basketball with one player like Wemby, you can do the no auto.
Yeah.
You can't have a set where you have 5 of the top quarterbacks and they're all no autos. Like
basketball does too. Grady, Scoot.
I know. I just but
yeah, but Wemby's so far above them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where Stroud is like he's obviously above these other guys, but he's not. It's not the same height.
He's not the equivalent of Wemby in basketball.
So I guess I get to your point on the 2024 rookie class. You have a potential of having no autos from any of those 5 quarterbacks.
And you have potentially 4 to 5 in the first round, depending on where Penix goes, which he might be falling to the second round. But Penix is still going to be a chase. You got 5 legitimate QBs that people are going to chase. It kind of is a direct parallel to the 21 class.
So, I mean, you throw in that. You see 2021, which wasn't a Fanatics year, and all these guys have moved except for Trevor Lawrence. And now you're going to throw in the addition of, like, maybe not even have any autos now. And they may move in 2 years. Like, you got to be, as a quarterback collector, the hypes and prospects, you got to be like, where do I go? What do I buy? I mean, you're almost better off buying some of the college stuff because then they had a good college career.
I'm actually trying to wrap my head around contenders and just thinking about a CJ Stroud that is stamped no auto. I don't want that.
No.
Honestly, because there are other CJ Stroud autos in the market, I really don't want that.
Well, and a fresh perspective, we just hired a new breaker who's in training. It's his second day today. And on his first day, he was like, yeah, I saw that Wemby, like, no autograph. That was dumb. Like, why'd they do that? And that's a guy that's not even involved in the hobby, just buying packs here and there. He's like, I don't understand that. And I had to explain it to him. But, like, I'm sure there's a lot like him that are like, I'm not going to buy that crap. Like, even though the card might go for a couple $1,000.
This is probably the year, and I hate to say it, I love the product so much. I know you love the product. This might be the year to skip contenders football. Like I'm saying from Panini standpoint, like let's not even print it, bro.
And it's only going to be worse next year. It's
Contenders
only gonna be
optic,
worse.
you might be able to pull. You might be able to pull it off because it's Prism.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I mean,
you might be able to pull it off with contenders.
I take it back. I don't want to bring this up. Could we just like edit this because like I'm not happy now. Like I love contenders.
I love contenders. I'm with you, dude.
I love contenders, but I'm just like now I'm like wrapping my head around it. And I'm like, yeah,
Cracked ice.
You're
nothing better, dude.
cracked ice.
There's no rookie ticket that's better than that.
We knew there were going to be
cracked
casualties.
ice, not as nice.
Not very
as nice with no ink.
What you're going to start to see, and this is why you're seeing base cards of Wemby out of Prism going for $100 on a base card.
100%.
Because it's consolidated a lot of the other avenues that they can buy and get cards.
Yep.
They don't want the no autograph. They don't want the elite inserts. They want that, I mean, there'll be pockets with like the Kabooms and Crown Royale that are going to do well, but like
if there's a special insert in the set, it's going to do well.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that they can do is come out with a super innovative SP for the rookies that's only in contenders. And honestly,
They have to.
let's face it, like if this hasn't been in the works already, it's too late.
Or let's combine. Let's just do the one release contender and contenders optic.
As in one.
You can get the regular contender tickets with cracked ice,
You deserve
right?
a
For the
raise.
guys that are signing, and then you have it's Prism too. So you combine. So you still get the regular contender stock for the guys that are signing. But then on the Prism side with Contenders Optic, you can have like some really cool CJ Stroud type of new crazy looking Prism
call.
insert.
I would not be
That's
shocked
the
if
best
exactly
case
what they
scenario
do.
because they put Contenders Optic previews
They
in
make-
Zenith.
but they make so much more contenders than they make contenders.
Well,
Optic.
they're gonna make a lot. They're gonna make, and then they're gonna have to sell them bitches for $50 a box.
And then imagine you're getting like your on-card auto that you're gonna get one in a box is potentially gonna be one of those no autos.
Who number one
Like
auto
that.
you can get out of football right now would be what?
AR,
Puka or AR.
AR, and Puka.
Puka and AR. That's right.
Those are the best names
Right.
you can
Those
get.
are
in
the
football
yeah.
right
Those
now.
are of course.
And then you got like Jameer and Bijan.
And Puka probably Richardson, absolutely a rookie photo shoot guy, so he'll probably be in there. I don't know if they'll be live.
That's bad. I
They-
forgot it's AR.
But-
Richardson's the guy.
But Puka will probably be a sticker auto guy. I doubt he'll be an on card.
Probably.
He wasn't at the rookie photo shoot, so I'm expecting him to be a sticker auto guy. They've done really, really good the last couple years pivoting and getting like the Brock Purdy's into these releases, the Pukas into these, like not like in one or two releases like they would in the past. They've been getting them into majority of the releases. So you got to give credit to Panini for being able to pivot and be able to get some of these like rookies that they didn't know. They don't know. It's not like a sure thing that they're going to be stars in the NFL their rookie season. So that has been definitely a good thing that they've done.
Rounding it out, I'm more excited about opening day this year than any other day. I was actually thinking, any other year, I should say, tomorrow, or as you're listening to this today for the podcast. But if I could bet, and I can't bet in California, so this is a hypothetical.
Neither can Shohei Ohtani.
Right, that too.
Oh, he can now.
He can.
And he's proved that he has done it.
But I'm saying, I don't know if a team has a over-under runs allowed for a season, but I would hammer the under on the Giants because we've got like 5 aces. We're going to win games 1-0. It's going to be 1-0.
Or we're going to lose games 1-0.
Well, you guys are also discounting a much improved lineup. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. This is like not even. There's not even a question in my mind.
Man, this
is
is
a
nice.
playoff team.
I like the positivity here for you guys, for the Giants
look
fans.
at where we've
Positivity. I'm like,
look at how far
we may go a month without scoring a run.
Jordan Hicks,
Wait a minute.
the
Wait a
third
minute.
guy. He threw 10
When did this
strikeouts.
lineup get that bad? They improved all over the field. That's a better lineup.
They were
It's
pretty
a
bad last year. so-
Jorge
It's not- they weren't
Soler, the
that
most home
bad.
runs that we've ever had on a team.
Have you watched? You've seen Major League, right?
Sure.
You know the fans that are always like
Yes.
doom and gloom. Yeah, I'm in that camp. Every year the season
That's me with the
starts, and I'm
Raiders.
like, this might possibly be the worst team I've ever seen in my existence.
Langford, opening day starter. That's going to be huge. We'll see if he gets into Series 2 or update, maybe.
Oh, he's definitely in. He has to be. He's in
Wyatt.
opening day. Wyatt Langford is in. Jackson Churio is in. And I think I
Jackson Holiday
That's
out.
crazy.
Jackson Holiday's
That's
not.
crazy about Langford that he's already playing.
Dude,
He's already caught
I,
up.
can I just throw this out? I don't know if we quite understand how insane this is. 44 MLB pro games. He basically just went from rookie ball to AAA in half of a season because he was so good. He batted like 360, 10 home runs at 161 at bats. Also had 12 stolen bases. Third player since the draft started in 1965 to be on the opening day roster after playing less than 100 pro games. John Olerud is one of the last ones as well. He's going to be like the middle of the order hitter for a World Series champion. This doesn't happen. So I think I'm going to throw it out there.
Okay.
Ellie De La Cruz, bye-bye. Wyatt Langford is the absolute
I thought
biggest
you were gonna
chase
say Giants
of the season.
Giants Rangers. World
Giants
Series.
Rangers World Series. Yes, absolutely. Let's do it.
So you're saying that Wyatt Langford is the next John Olerud?
I mean,
With the helmet.
That's literally all I got. out of
okay,
it.
I will.
And John Olerud was a good pro.
It's a great pro.
Well, I mean, good
He was a
pro.
great
I don't
pro.
wanna
He
go
was a
great. I wouldn't
great
jump
pro.
into great, but
There's Hall of Great, not Hall of Fame. He's firmly in the Hall of Great.
We'll leave you guys with some. We were going to get into the Ohtani thing, but maybe it's best we didn't get into it
Go
today.
Dodgers.
Breakout players to watch, guys, in your products. Spencer Torkelson, Hunter Green, Grayson Rodriguez, O'Neal Cruz, Jordan Walker, and C.J. Abrams.
Spencer Torkelson's hitting 45 home runs this year.
Jeez.
That's my big bet.
Shouldn't have sold that.
Look at
super
his second
pressure.
half last year.
You still
I think
love
Co- I
that.
think
Spencer
Cody- I
Torkelson,
think
45 plus
Cody
bombs.
might. Cody, are you eating edibles?
45 plus bombs for Spencer Torkelson. Also, as much as it pains me to say this as a Giants fan, I don't think Shohei did anything. I think he's innocent. I think he is guilty of being a little oblivious to what's going on.
So do you give your best friend just like PIN numbers to your credit
It's a
cards and
totally
routing
different
account
scenario
number,
with him.
the access
And we know
to?
how hard it is to do a wire transfer.
Hey, we've seen it happen time and time again with famous people, athletes, celebrities. Selena, remember, like she trusted her man.
Yes.
She blew her away.
The amount of celebrities who come into a lot of money really fast.
I mean, that's
It got dark. But to your point, the amount of celebrities who get into a lot of money really fast and then kind of get swindled is a lot higher than we think.
Yeah.
And just because Shohei is this like God among men,
Let's face it,
doesn't
yeah,
mean he isn't susceptible to that.
man. No. Like, I mean, I know he is.
Again, I might be an
obviously
idiot,
he's the face of baseball. It is bad business for baseball for Ohtani to get in any type of trouble and to miss any type of time. And if he is guilty of betting on baseball, the example has been set already. He is done. And that is bad business.
Of course.
So let's just call it out how it is. Like, it's going to get swept under the rug. It's going to we're going to go on. If it was Fernando Tatis, he would be already suspended.
If it was Matt Chapman.
For what though? But suspended for what? Nothing's happened. All this is
they would have
allegations.
dug a little bit deeper. 'Cause they don't.
But how deep can they
Fernando
dig?
Tatis,
Like-
they look at Fernando Tatis and they're like, there will be Fernando
If there
Tatis,
was the
great,
exact
top
same
25
amount of
player. There'll be
information.
another Fernando Tatis. There is no replacing Shohei Ohtani. There will not be another one, so we can't do anything. He can't go away because there won't be another one.
I know we like to think this, but if there's the exact same amount of information for every other
He's
player,
guilty by
nothing
association.
happens yet.
He's guilty by association.
Nothing happens
Oh,
yet.
man.
He's under a federal investigation.
Dude,
We should also. He is not, but the
Okay,
situation is under
At some
federal
point,
investigation.
Cody woke up and he's like, I'm a Dodger fan now.
Oh, now come on. Giants 90 plus wins. They're making the playoffs. They're going to go against the Dodgers in the NLDS after the Dodgers had to take
you're
a
one
week
of the
off. And guess
rare.
what's
You're
gonna
one of the
happen?
few
3-0.
Dodger Giant fans. You have the only double hat Dodger Giants hat in existence.
Look, I'm already wearing my MLB hat because that maybe you could have said that now I'm just a talking piece
I
for the
actually
Major
looked
League
at that and I
Baseball.
like it, and then I was like, "Is Cody you're a fan of umpires?"
Look, I just want everyone to have a good time. Okay, it's opening day.
That is a very fitting hat for the situation.
That's right. I just want everyone to have a good time.
You have a big heart around it as well. All right, guys, we'll jump in on those breaks. We've got Flawless, Tribute, and more. We didn't really talk too much about Tribute, but Tribute's
It's
always
great.
great. And use that code DonWest to save 10% on any break on Mojobreak.com. We'll see you guys next week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Peace.
Flair.
Flair.